Welcome to another episode of Thailand Truth Talks, Bangkok's hidden healthcare trap. You're about to see one of Bangkok's most beautiful hospitals and learn why it could destroy your retirement savings in a single day. Right now, I'm walking outside King Chulalongkorn Memorial Hospital in Bangkok. Look at this place. Gleaming glass towers, modern architecture, world-class medical equipment, visible through these windows. This is the flagship hospital of the Thai Red Cross Society, and it looks like something you'd find in London, New York, or Sydney. But here's what they don't tell you in the tourist brochures, the retirement guides, or those Live Your Best Life in Thailand Facebook groups. This place, and hospitals like it across Thailand, are running a systematic operation that's bankrupting Western retirees. And most people have absolutely no idea until they're wheeled through those doors on a stretcher. And it's already too late. Let me tell you about David. Real guy. Shared his story in expat forums across the internet. 72-year-old British retiree. Been living his absolute dream in Thailand for 5 years. Modest pension. But in Thailand it stretches. Nice condo, daily massages, street food adventures. The whole expat fantasy. One Tuesday morning, chest pains hit him hard in a taxi right here. Maybe 50 meters from where I'm standing right now. Driver rushes him to this exact hospital, Chulalongkorn Memorial. Modern emergency room, top equipment, skilled doctors. Sound like he's in the best hands possible, right? Wrong. Dead wrong. The first thing they asked for wasn't his symptoms, wasn't his medical history, wasn't even his name. It was a 100,000 baht deposit. That's nearly 3,000 US dollars. Before they'd even run a single test or look at his EKG. David's standing there, chest still tight, struggling to breathe, and they're asking him to prove he can pay before they'll save his life. And David's story isn't unique. Maria, 68-year-old American retiree. Diabetes complications sent her blood sugar through the roof. Rushed to a Thai Red Cross hospital branch. Same organization as this place. Her visa insurance, the policy she was legally required to buy to maintain her retirement visa in Thailand, wouldn't cover it. The policy that cost her 18,000 baht a year, that she bought specifically because the Thai government mandated it, suddenly had more loopholes than coverage. But here's where this story gets absolutely insane. Thailand has a secret pricing system that most foreigners never discover until they're lying on a hospital bed, IV in their arm, getting hit with a bill that's double or triple what they're expected. It's called tiered pricing, and it's completely, totally, 100% legal. Listen to this carefully. A spinal MRI in a Thai public hospital. If you're Thai, you pay 18,700 baht. If you're a working expat with a proper work visa, you pay 23,375 baht. But if you're a retiree like most of my viewers, someone here on a retirement visa, you pay 28,050 baht. Same machine, same technician, same doctor reading the results. But they charge you 50% more because of the passport you carry. An HIV test, 160 baht if you're Thai, 240 baht if you're a working expat, 320 baht if you're a retiree. That's literally double the price for the exact same blood test, processed in the exact same lab, with results from the exact same machine. A simple chest x-ray that costs a Thai person 180 baht will cost you, as a foreign retiree, 360 baht. Double. Every single time. And when Thai health officials were challenged in court about this discriminatory pricing system, their response was absolutely chilling. They said, and I quote, "Foreigners have and earn more money than Thai people, so they can afford to pay more." Think about that logic for a second. They're not charging you based on the cost of the service. They're not charging you based on your ability to pay as an individual. They're charging you more because of assumptions about your race and nationality. Imagine if a hospital in America or the UK said, "Well, Japanese tourists earn more than locals, so we're going to charge them triple." There would be international incidents. But in Thailand, it's official government policy. But wait, it gets so much worse. Way worse. Remember David, the British guy with chest pains? His story doesn't end with the deposit. They did the tests, found blocked arteries, scheduled emergency angioplasty, major heart surgery, life-saving stuff. The deposit they demanded was 50,000 baht. David scraped together every last baht in his Thai bank account to pay for it. Then, halfway through the surgery, complications arose. More procedures needed, more equipment, more time in the operating room. By the time David woke up in recovery, his bill had exploded to 220,000 baht. That's over 6,000 US dollars. His insurance policy, the one he thought would protect him, only covered 150,000 baht maximum. The hospital literally held him prisoner. They wouldn't discharge him. They wouldn't give him his medical records. They kept his passport at the admissions desk. They told him he couldn't leave until he paid the remaining 70,000 baht in full. David had to take out a loan against his Bangkok bank account just to get out of the hospital. His dream retirement in Thailand became a debt nightmare overnight. And if you think that's the most extreme case I know about, in 2016, a British woman named Catherine Williamson collapsed right here in Bangkok and died in a private hospital. The hospital held her body hostage until her family would wire 36,000 British pounds to cover the bill. They wouldn't release her corpse for burial or repatriation. Let that sink in for a moment. A woman dies in a foreign country, and they hold her body for ransom. This isn't some third world backwater clinic. This is happening in modern Bangkok hospitals with international accreditation, where the lobbies look like 5-star hotels and the equipment is state-of-the-art. Now, let me explain how this entire system works, because understanding it might save your financial life. In 2019, the Thai government implemented new rules requiring all retirees on specific visa types to carry Thai health insurance. The minimums are staggering: 400,000 baht for inpatient care, 40,000 baht for outpatient care, plus 3 million baht specifically for COVID-related expenses. That's roughly 100,000 US dollars in COVID coverage alone. For the wealthy expats on Thailand's new 10-year long-term retirement visa program, the requirements are even more brutal. If you're over 50 and want that long-term visa, you need at least 50,000 US dollars in health coverage. Or you can park 100,000 US dollars in a Thai bank account as a medical guarantee. On the surface, this sounds protective, right? The government is trying to prevent situations like David's, where foreigners run up massive bills and can't pay. But here's the cruel reality. These mandatory visa insurance policies are often elaborate scams. They're designed with one purpose: to satisfy the immigration paperwork requirements. They're not designed to actually protect you when you need medical care. I'd read through dozens of these policies. The exclusions are mind-boggling. Pre-existing conditions, which include basically everything that affects people over 60, aren't covered. Certain hospitals aren't covered. Emergency evacuation isn't covered. Mental health isn't covered. Dental isn't covered. One expat forum user called these policies thinly disguised entry taxes. You're forced to pay tens of thousands of baht for insurance that might not cover you when you actually need it. And the costs are crushing for older retirees. By your late 60s, you might pay 24,000 to 40,000 baht per year just for this mandatory coverage. That's 650 USD to over 1,000 USD annually for insurance that has more holes than coverage. But here's where it gets really twisted. The visa rules are deliberately confusing, with constant changes and unclear exceptions. Some visa types require insurance, others don't. Some embassies enforce it strictly, others are more lenient. Savvy expats have figured out loopholes. Instead of applying for a non-immigrant OA visa from their home country, which requires the expensive insurance, they come to Thailand on a 90-day tourist visa and convert it to a non-O retirement extension inside their country. Technically, that path doesn't require health insurance. Yes, the insurance industry has exploded with companies offering visa-compliant policies that are essentially worthless. These companies know you're trapped. You need insurance to get your visa, but you might not understand what you're actually buying. Here's a real example from the forums. A 67-year-old German retiree bought what his agent called approved OA insurance for 24,000 baht. When he had a stroke 6 months later, he discovered his policy had a 30-day waiting period for neurological conditions, excluded coverage at the specific hospital he was taken to, and had a clause that voided coverage if he had any undisclosed health conditions. The man had answered every question honestly on his application, but the insurance company argued that because he hadn't specifically mentioned a minor knee surgery from 2015, his entire policy was invalidated. These aren't accidents. These are deliberate strategies to collect premiums while avoiding payouts. And because you're forced to pay the insurance to maintain legal status in Thailand, you have no choice but to play their game. So here's your impossible situation as a Western retiree in Thailand. You can't get a long-term visa without buying expensive Thai health insurance. You can't get meaningful insurance coverage because of your age and pre-existing conditions. You can't afford the full-price medical bills without insurance. And you can't leave the country if you have unpaid medical debt. You're trapped in a system designed to extract maximum money from you at your most vulnerable moment. Every year, foreigners leave approximately 300 to 350 million baht in unpaid hospital bills across Thailand. That's roughly 10 million USD annually. Most of these aren't deadbeat tourists trying to skip out on bills. They're people who simply couldn't afford the shocking costs they were hit with. The Thai government points to these numbers to justify their insurance requirements and discriminatory pricing, but they ignore how their own system creates these situations. Here's something that most people don't know. When you're admitted to any Thai hospital as a foreigner, they record your passport details in their system. This information gets shared with other hospitals and, theoretically, with immigration authorities. If you leave Thailand with unpaid medical debt, you can be flagged in the system. Immigration at the airport might stop you from leaving the country until you settle your bills. There are documented cases of foreigners being denied exit because of outstanding hospital debt. And if you manage to leave, that debt follows you. Try to return to Thailand in the future, and immigration might deny you entry based on your previous unpaid bills. And here's an angle most people never consider. These medical bills can destroy your visa status, even if you manage to pay them. Thailand's retirement visa requires you to maintain 800,000 baht in a Thai bank account, or show equivalent income. If you drain your savings to pay a massive hospital bill, you might fall below the financial requirements for visa renewal. Imagine recovering from major surgery, only to discover that immigration is going to deport you because paying your medical bills left you below the income threshold for your retirement visa. And speaking of bank accounts, there's another layer to this nightmare that's getting worse every month. Thai banks are increasingly freezing or closing accounts belonging to foreigners, especially those on short-term or retirement visas. New anti-fraud regulations give banks broad power to freeze accounts with suspicious activity. What's suspicious? Large medical payments, sudden withdrawals to pay hospital bills, international wire transfers from family members trying to help with medical costs. I've read horror stories of 80-year-old retirees recovering from surgery who discover their Bangkok bank account has been frozen due to unusual activity. The unusual activity? Their children wiring money from abroad to help pay medical bills. Now you're stuck in a Kafkaesque nightmare. You can't access your money to pay your medical bills, but the hospital won't release you until you pay. Your bank account is frozen. Your visa status is threatened, and you're trapped in a foreign country with mounting debt. Let me paint you a picture of what this looks like in real human terms. You're 70 years old. You've spent 5 years building a life in Thailand. You have friends, routines, maybe even a Thai girlfriend or boyfriend. You know the best somtam stalls. You've found a barber who speaks English. You have a favorite table at your local coffee shop. This is your home now. Then you have a heart attack. Within 24 hours, everything you've built could be gone. Your savings, your visa, your ability to stay in the country you've come to love, all because you got sick in the wrong place with the wrong passport. The psychological impact is devastating. Every minor health issue becomes a source of terror. That chest pain could be indigestion, or it could be beginning of financial ruin. That dizzy spell might be dehydration, or it might be the end of your retirement dream. Expat forums are filled with people sharing anxiety about medical care. They're rationing medications, avoiding doctor visits, and trying to self-diagnose serious conditions because they're terrified of the financial consequences of getting proper medical care. Let me share some real quotes from expat forums because these voices tell the story better than I can. I was shocked by the treatment at the private hospital. The consultant literally quoted two different prices. One for my Thai wife and one for me. Same procedure. 60% more expensive because I'm foreign. The hospital kept me in limbo for 3 days while they verified my insurance. Meanwhile, I'm in pain and my condition is getting worse, but they won't proceed with treatment until they're sure they'll get paid. Immigration flagged me at Suvarnabhumi airport because of a 15,000 baht outstanding balance from a hospital visit 2 years ago. I had no idea the bill was still open. I thought my insurance had covered it. My 78-year-old father is afraid to leave his condo because he knows one fall, one accident, could wipe out everything he saved for retirement. He's become a prisoner in paradise. The visa insurance I bought for 28,000 baht covered absolutely nothing when I actually needed it. Every claim was denied for some technical reason. It's legalized theft. The embassy reality check. And don't count on your embassy to save you. I've researched this extensively, and embassies are very clear about what they will and won't do. They'll help you contact family. They'll provide a list of lawyers. They might help you navigate bureaucracy, but they will not pay your medical bills, arrange loans, or guarantee payment to hospitals. The British Embassy website specifically states, "We cannot pay medical bills, but we can help you find ways to transfer money from the UK." The US Embassy is even more blunt. US citizens are responsible for the costs of medical care received overseas. You're on your own in a system designed to extract maximum profit from your medical emergency. Here's something that doesn't get talked about enough: the relationship between visa agents, insurance companies, and hospitals. Many visa agents get kickbacks for selling specific insurance policies. They're not necessarily recommending the best coverage for you. They're recommending the policies that pay them the highest commissions. Some hospitals have relationships with specific insurance companies that result in faster claim processing or preferential treatment. If you have the wrong insurance, you might face delays or additional requirements. And there are documented cases of hospitals inflating bills when they know insurance is paying, then offering discounts for cash payments. The system incentivizes fraud at every level. The most twisted part of all this: Thailand actively promotes itself as a medical tourism destination. World-class healthcare at affordable prices, they say. Come to Thailand for your surgery and save 70% compared to Western countries. But those advertised prices are for planned procedures where you pay cash upfront and shop around. They're not the prices you'll pay when you're wheeled into an emergency room at 2 a.m. with a heart attack. The medical tourism marketing is based on elective procedures for healthy foreigners who can negotiate prices in advance. It has nothing to do with the reality facing elderly expats who get sick and need emergency care. Emergency medicine is where the system shows its true colors, because you have zero negotiation power when you're unconscious in the back of an ambulance. This issue is starting to get political attention, but not in the way you'd hope. Thai officials argue that discriminatory pricing is justified because foreigners don't pay Thai taxes and shouldn't expect subsidized healthcare. But many Western retirees do pay significant taxes in Thailand. VAT on everything they buy, income tax if they have Thai income, property taxes if they own real estate. They're contributing to the economy in major ways. The tax argument also ignores the fact that medical tourism and expat healthcare spending is a major industry in Thailand, generating billions of baht annually. Some Thai politicians have proposed even more restrictive policies, including mandatory medical deposits for all foreigners entering the country, or requiring proof of expensive international health insurance before visa approval. The trend is toward making healthcare more expensive and more difficult for foreigners, not less. People always ask me, what's the solution? How do you protect yourself? The standard advice is to buy comprehensive international health insurance from a reputable global company. But here's the reality. If you're over 65 with any health conditions, that insurance might cost $3,000 to $5,000 per year, with high deductibles and major exclusions. Many retirees can't afford $5,000 annually for health insurance when their total yearly budget is $20,000 to $30,000. Self-insurance. Keeping large cash reserves for medical emergencies. Sounds good in theory, but a single major illness can easily cost $50,000 to $100,000. How many retirees have that kind of cash available? Medical evacuation insurance might get you to your home country, but it won't help with immediate emergency care in Thailand. And evacuation isn't always medically advisable or even possible. Every solution has major limitations when you're dealing with a system that's structurally biased against you. Imagine this scenario. You're 70 years old. You've sold your house back home, shipped your belongings, established your new life in Thailand. Your children think you're living in paradise, and in many ways you are. The weather is perfect. The food is incredible. Your money goes 3 times farther than it did back home. You're healthier and happier than you've been in years. Then you have a stroke, or a heart attack, or you fall and break your hip. Within hours, your paradise could become your prison. Your life savings could be gone. Your visa could be revoked. Your dreams of aging gracefully in tropical warmth could be replaced by deportation, debt, and the humiliation of returning to your home country. Broke and broken. All because you got sick in a place where your nationality determines your medical bill. This isn't just about individual retirees. It's about how countries treat vulnerable populations. It's about medical ethics in a globalized world. It's about the promises we make to attract foreign money and the reality we deliver when people need help. Thailand wants foreign retirees for their spending power. The government actively recruits wealthy foreigners with special visas and tax incentives. But when those same foreigners get sick and become vulnerable, the system treats them as profit centers, not people. If you're planning to retire in Thailand, or you know someone who is, this information could literally save their life savings. Share this video, post it in expat groups, send it to anyone considering retirement in Southeast Asia. Because what I've shown you today isn't some distant possibility. It's happening to people every single day in hospitals across Thailand. Now, I'm not saying don't retire in Thailand. The country has incredible advantages for retirees. Low cost of living, excellent weather, rich culture, friendly people. For many, it's still a great choice despite those healthcare risks. But you need to know what you're walking into. You need to understand that this beautiful hospital behind me operates under a 2-tiered pricing system that sees you as a walking ATM. You need to know that your insurance requirements and coverage gaps could leave you financially devastated at your most vulnerable moment. The information asymmetry is staggering. The Thai healthcare system, immigration policies, and insurance requirements are incredibly complex, constantly changing, and deliberately opaque to foreigners. By the time most people understand how it really works, they're already trapped in it. What you've seen today is Thailand's most prestigious hospital from the outside. Beautiful architecture, world-class equipment, internationally trained doctors. The quality of medical care here is genuinely excellent. But remember, in Thailand's healthcare system, the quality of your bank account matters more than the quality of your health insurance. Your nationality determines your bill more than your medical needs. And your vulnerability in a medical emergency makes you a profit opportunity, not a patient deserving equal treatment. Knowledge is your only protection in a system designed to keep you in the dark until it's too late. Understand the rules. Question the insurance you're sold. Know your real costs. And always remember that in Thailand's healthcare system, being foreign means being financially vulnerable. Hit subscribe if you want more unfiltered truth about expat life in Thailand. Because what the tourism industry doesn't tell you could destroy your retirement dreams. And what the insurance industry sells you might not protect you when you need it the most. The paradise is real, and so are the traps. Stay informed, stay protected, and never assume that being a guest in Thailand means you'll be treated as anything more than a customer when you're at your most vulnerable.